Okay, what I'm going to do here is just show you the process that we go through to bind a toki. In this particular case, the piece is our warrior toki, beautiful matte jade piece in a very pale green colour. So we've chosen a cord, or we've plaited up a cord that's 2 strands khaki and one of a natural flax colour, and the binding we're going to use to come down around the top of the toki is going to be in the khaki, and this is going to look absolutely fantastic when it's finished, as you'll see. Now look, I've started a little bit here just to get things going. So bring this cord up, do a loop, and then bind down here to the head of the toki. I'll do that for you quickly. Make sure this little piece at the end at the back stays down the back. So just go round and round, keep it nice and tight. Round you go. Keep going until you get it down as far as you'd like it. Now I always go away from me clockwise because I'm right-handed. If you're left-handed, you'd probably be holding the toki like this and you'd be winding around this way. It doesn't matter, either way is good. It's just whatever easiest for you. So I do a last turn there, nice and tight, and then I just check, make sure that that binding's sitting nice in the middle of the piece. And what will happen now, because you've been going around, is this cord will have turned around on itself. So you just run your hand down it. You probably can't see what I'm doing, but basically I'm just running the hand down and making sure it's absolutely flat. And that's important in my view, because you want that cord to sit flat on the toki and be very nice and even, and that's really critical to get the thing dressed properly. I mean, some guy has gone to a lot of trouble to find a beautiful, beautiful piece of jade, carved it like that, absolutely superb, and the last thing I want to do is muck up his work by not doing the binding properly. Okay, so you come down the front on the diagonal and under that little lip, and turn it over and hold it. Now you've got to take this little piece here, which is a piece of cord, like that. You halve it, you'll see what for at the end, why we do this, and you put a loop down like that. 2 ends up the front, and down the bottom's a loop. And now you go straight across the back, nice and straight. And you can see you've got a loop there, that's important later. So across the back, pull these edges across here, and you go up on the diagonal, round the top, down the diagonal, and here's a bit you've got to keep an eye on. When you cross over this cord here, make sure you do it right under the edge and in line with the edge of the toki, because that's where all your crosses are going to be. And if you go too far around this side, it'll drift across and you'll end up with the cords crossing on the front face, and it just doesn't look quite right. So down on that diagonal, now we're into it, now we're going. Here we go. Across the front, you do the same thing here, make sure your crossing's right under that lip. Up on the diagonal, now you've got a straight line to work to. This is really good. You've got these straight lines, you just line it up underneath the previous diagonal run, down, round the corner, straight under that other one, across the back, up, round, down, cross. Okay? Now we'll just do that until we get to the end. It takes a bit of practice, but you'll get it. Just stick with it. It's a lot of fun, this. Okay. Here we go. I love this khaki coloured cord. It's just a beautiful, beautiful colour. particularly with these paler coloured jades, it's just marvellous. Keep going. Don't have to be too fussy. Just make sure everything's lined up and it'll look fantastic. Keep it coming. This is really just decoration. The cord passes through the hole, and I'm going to unwind one there because I've just been a bit slack. Starting to drift across. Here we go. And down. Down. Keep it coming. Now we're starting to cover up those central holes. Keep it coming. So effectively now we're in that sort of territory where we're just looking at how far down we want to come. I'm going to do another couple of loops over here. Important at this point, clear this out of the way. Just make sure you're happy with how even it is. I think we need to go around one more time and up this side like that, and down and around, and that's it. Looks pretty good. Okay, now what I do here is I look at it and I say, does that look okay or not? And I think this cord needs to come further down the Toki, so I just take it around a few times. Make sure it's flat. And she goes. 3 or 4. You can do as many or as few as you want. Just have a look. Looks pretty good. I think that looks pretty good. And pass it through here. Nice and flat. Now you can see what this is for. Go through that loop, because we've got to tie this piece off, and then I just pull that up just until it's I'll just pull that back down. You can see what I've done. See, there's the cord there, and then we've got a bit of extra here. I was a bit generous. I can use that for other things. Cut it off and leave a couple of centimetres, an inch or so. Then what I do is I hold here quite firmly, so the cord, this last piece of the cord, you're pulling it up and out through the top. And it requires a wee bit of effort. Oh, geez, nearly got away on me, that one. Okay, so what we've got there, you can see the cord coming up here, and I think that's quite cool actually, because it shows how things have been done, and that's always good in my view. Nice to see how it's all been done. Then you cut this little piece off here, that little bit of extra, and I think that's quite important. This, you're leaving just a little wee fraction there, and what we're going to do is we're going to burn that off, and that effectively locks it and holds everything together. Just watch that, that gets quite hot, that, so I've got thick skin from burning these things off for a long time. But just be a bit careful and maybe use a glove if you're a bit worried you might burn yourself. Okay, so there she is, all done. I just round the corner off, you might not be able to see this, but just roll it on the edge of the table and make sure that cord is sitting nice and flat. Everything's Jim dandy. And look at that, what you've got there is a beautiful piece of jade, beautifully carved, bound in a way that does the carver's work justice. One little Bobby Dazzler. This will be up on our site sometime soon. It's a warrior Toki. We generally have them in stock. Every piece is different. Check it out. I'll put the link on at the end of this or on this page. Thanks for watching. I hope it's been useful. Cheers.